the officials out there. There's a flip of the coin, Jim, and
See
Dave
who won
Allen's
that.
coming over talking to SP here, so that looks good.
Yeah, looks like South Portland won the toss. Now we'll see what they elect to do.
I would say they're going to receive.
South Portland will receive, going from left to right.
South Portland
not a
will receive.
not a road side of the field
Lewiston will
toward
kick off
Highland
from
Avenue.
the south end of the field.
I just wanted to take a minute to mention that it was a real spirited ball game, field hockey ball game earlier in the morning, and South Portland against Spitalford, and South Portland ultimately prevailed in overtime, 3-2. So that was good to see the girls win that game.
And now for the starting lineups for today's game. Starting on defense for Lewiston. At defensive end, a senior, number 16, Sean Guimont. At defensive end, a senior, number 60, Jason Dufour. At defensive tackle, a senior, number 76, Steve Matozo. At defensive tackle, a junior, number 65, Brent Watson. Inside linebacker, a senior, number 66, Glenn Hood. Inside linebacker, a junior, number 44, Brian Bessette. Outside linebacker, a junior, number 25, Troy Kayajonian. Outside linebacker, senior, number 1, Dan Surratt. Defensive back, a senior, number 36, Ryan Guimont. Defensive back, a junior, number 10, Scott Welch. And defensive back, a senior, number 84, Greg Boucher. Starting on offense for South Portland. At split end, a senior, number 42, Keith Garvin. At tight end, a senior, number 85, Darren Inverso. At wingback, a senior, number 41, Joe Langella. At right tackle, a junior, number 53, Dion Welch. At left tackle, a senior, number 58, Jay Frank. At right guard, a senior, number 56, Captain Aaron Filio. At left guard, a senior, number 73, Captain Keith Dover. At center, a junior, number 55, Scott Nisbet. At quarterback, a sophomore, number 14, Brian Harvey. At fullback, a senior, number 7, Mike Rich. And at tailback, a senior, number 25, Captain Bert Rich. The officials for today's game. Referee, Dave Allen. Umpire, Dave Gagnon. Head linesman, Gary Pipcorn. Line judge, Bob White. And timer, Babe Anderson.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're about ready to have the playing of the national anthem by the South Portland High School
Would you all now
trumpet
please
section.
rise for the playing of the national anthem by the trumpet section of the South Portland High School marching band.
Well, there you go, fans. We had the national anthem by the South Portland High School trumpet section, and we're about ready to make things happen here. I see we got a couple of guys back. There's Paul Gavin and
David and BJ.
David and BJ Cludia back to see how things are going. Good to see them.
Yeah, Beach and Dave go to Castine, and of course, you know, Jim, just on a personal note, their great-grandfather, my grandfather, passed away this week, and he was 105, native from Ireland, and we had a funeral yesterday, Friday, and everything went very well, and more or less a miniature family reunion.
Well, excuse me, that's great to see somebody make that milestone back.
Yeah.
Not only make the century mark, but 5 years beyond is quite outstanding.
I know, every year we had a birthday party, June 2nd or June 3rd, I believe, and, you know, we have like a little get-together there, too, but lived a good long life.
Maybe there's hope for you and I. Do you suppose we'll be here at 105, Jack?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're sitting up here describing ball games at 105, baby.
Yeah. I remember the old days. I'd like to say hello to my mother, too. She always listens to these games Sunday night. I had someone else, Jim. We found someone else that listened.
There was 3 guys I heard of that was listening to us. Eddie Griffin, your mother. Yeah. My mother listens once in a while.
Okay, the Blue Devils here, Jim, ready to boom one away.
We're about to be underway, and we're off.
Nice high kick going over the far sidelines, and Seth Thompson running it up the left side.
Nice straight-ahead run there. He picked up a return on that of about, 10, 12 yards.
Rob Cohen.
I wasn't, you know, you get used to seeing Rich or Javi back there, and you get seeing 25, 30-yard returns. That was a very respectable return there for Seth Thompson.
Ball's on the 33-yard line. Here comes Twins for the Riots. Gavin and Langella split to the right. Trap again. Right up the chute here, Jim. Maybe a pickup of a couple.
Stop by Steve Moitozo.
You know, excuse me. A lot of people might be a little critical of that play, you know, as a trap right up the gut to open the thing up. But you know, that's been their bread and butter play right through the season, and it's good to open up with something that's been a little familiar. The kids get you know, they get the feel of familiarity about them.
Okay, Twins to the right again. Eye setbacks. Rich and Rich. Hand to Burt this time, and he wants to work to the outside. Makes a nice move, Jim. And it's going to be 3rd and about 3.
Nice outside there. You know, the other thing too was when he came to the outside like that, the guy that made the tackle, or there were 2 of them there that made the tackle, and the second guy in, when he hit Rich, he went backwards. So, you know, Rich was running with some authority in that particular situation.
You know, Jim, last week it just looked like Burt was moving a little bit slower in the early stages. Right there, his feet were moving real quick, like you said. Nice, brisk movement. Okay, we got a flex to the right with the wing right, toss to Rich, and he's hammered real hard. Could be even a loose ball there, Jim. And he took a shot there.
Yeah.
So, you know, Jim, just to mention something, you mentioned that first play of the game, a trap, but I think a lot of times coaches just like to run something they know that's, you know, fairly safe, fairly reliable, and just to see what the other team's doing as far as the D is concerned.
Right. I think they got some different defenses. They'd mentioned the changing up on the offense, but I think maybe they're seeing some different stunts on defense there.
Yeah, and it looks like they also may be coming after this punt, Jim. There's only a single receiver.
Low kick.
There's a lot of pressure there coming from the right. And a high punt and takes a, now a South Portland bounce and several people around that, and they down it. And there's a whistle, and what we're going to have is the Lewiston Blue Devils coming out of their own end on about their 37-yard line.
Lewiston takes over 1st and 10 at the 37.
And that, you know, that kick was an okay kick for as much pressure as he had, but it gave Lewiston reasonable field position. They're not starting deep in a hole at this point, so you know, instead of things going wrong for Lewiston as they did in the first ball game, you know, maybe a couple things are breaking right.
Okay, here we go. We got a flank on the left, split end right. There's just a hook, and he was all alone there. He would have been hit by Dion Welch, but the pass was overthrown, Jim. So 2nd and 10 coming up.
You know, they had some people up front there. I couldn't see exactly who it was, but I saw a couple of hands up, you know, when they realized that the ball was going to be thrown. They had a couple of hands up, and that, I think, made the quarterback throw the ball high.
Okay, Coach Wolfgram talking to Bert Rich out there, and Bert's passing the word around. Again, as we just briefly mentioned before, they're probably, Lewiston figuring they're going to have to air it out. Split end to the right, wing to the left. Eye setbacks. Here's a motion by the wing back. Moving, turning up inside. He gets popped there pretty good, but that was number 53, Welch, that hit him. But he didn't hit and wrap, Jim.
No.
And that's a first down, and these Blue Devils are fired up Blue Devils.
Darren Locke on the run for Lewiston.
Well, you know, everybody at this point in the season is 0-0. Right now, it's a brand new season. And they believe, Lewiston believes that they can play with South Portland or anybody else.
You know, South Portland all year long, I don't want to start in a negative thing, but they haven't hit and really wrapped, and that's something you can't teach. You can work on it and whatever, but wing to the right, split left, same type of play again. You got an extra blocker in there, and nice run to the outside. It's Mike Rich with the tackle around the ankle, Jim, but, you know, that motion coming back, and then that motion back turning upfield, and they're double teaming down and kicking out and isoing on the linebacker there, and they're just outmanned. That's all. That's a tough play. We years ago used to run that one. That's a good play. I'd Jim, be looking at that motion back coming in. He's doing a little leaning to the inside before the snap of the count, so something for the official at least to be aware of. Flanker left, split end right, and there's Mike Rich again coming up with the tackle, and again these Devils moving along here.
He's picked up the first down.
Number 18 for the Devils, quarterback Greg Valancourt.
They've changed the jersey on that, Jack. That's Canaan is his name, I believe.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jim.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to correct you, but...
No, good.
First and 10 at the 36.
Okay, again, flanker left, eye setbacks. See if the right's going to put any pressure. Straight drop by the quarterback, and again, incomplete over there. I thought he had it right in his hands, and they're giving Mike Rich a steady diet over there, giving him a workout, Jim.
Well, I think that they figure that they found something there, but I think they're going to get a little surprised because I'll tell you, this guy hits a ton, and he may be short, but he's dynamite in a small package. I got to tell you that.
Yeah, he's a good defensive back. Bert's an excellent defensive back. Dave Cahill's a good center fielder to roam either direction, and then you have Seth Thompson, number 33, who's very capable. Okay. Split end left. Here comes that motion again. Extended motion this time. Eye setback. Straight drop. Pump fake. He's open, Jim. There it is. And it's off his fingertips, but a little pump fake there. And
Jim Canan to
Scott Welch.
Scotty Welch. He was there, Jim. The pass was just overthrown. And Red Riots are going to, they're going to have to loosen up a little bit and maybe force the Blue Devils to run. Because they're definitely wanting to throw the ball here.
Well, one of the things that I'm seeing here, I've been kind of, you've been watching the backs a little, Jack, and I've been kind of watching the linemen, and that line on Lewiston line is blocking well. They're holding those guys out of there.
Okay, we have a flanker to the left, option this time, pitch to number 42 for the Devils, and he gets hit right there, and that was a nice shot by, I don't know, 53. Prime time, but Prime time might be a little banged up here with a shoulder, Jim. That right arm's hanging there, and I don't like the looks of that. Okay, it's a little late getting Mark Hansen in there. Here comes Andy Daigle out of there, and I'm just guessing to the Riots. Do the Riots have 10 people? No, they don't. Daigle thought he was coming in for him, and that happens sometimes, Jim.
Yeah.
But it's not going to hurt him. Okay, the Riots not working here that well. There's some pushing and shoving, and Mike Rich picking one off here. He was down to the 3, and he's returning it back. There's a flag in there, Jim.
Mike Rich.
We got a flag, so I don't know what that was at the end of it. But, the Riots were really messed up there, Jim, in 2 or 3 different ways because Daigle come running off. Dion Welch came off, and only one person went on. And there's a clip on the Riots, but that's not going to hurt them that much, Jim.
No.
Run back.
They're going to retain possession of the ball, and that's going to be probably a good thing. Although, you know, that if it had wound up to be a 4th down or whatever, that's as good as a punt for
You're right, Jim.
for Lewiston. So.
You're right. Okay, they're going to probably be starting on their own 7-yard line, but the Riots are a little confused out there, and they're going to have to settle down quickly, and I'm sure they will. But I don't know. People, you know, the craziest things can happen in high school football, Jim. A kid comes running off, and another one, oh, he's coming for me, and he doesn't hear, you know, the name being hollered out, and so on and so forth. And, you know, Seth Thompson, I think, was out of position there also. So we'll see what happens here. Okay. We got a tight slot to the right, wing right, and good block there by Joey Langella. Bert Rich is taken down, and good effort there by Dover, Jim.
Yes, he had a nice block on his man.
Picked up about 3 there, Jim. So the Riots, hey, this is a playoff atmosphere, Jim. You can hear with the crowd and the players and everything else. Playoff atmosphere for sure. 6:20 in the first period of action here.
Well, Scotty Nesbitt comes out over the ball.
Okay, it looks like wing to the right. The fake waggle, and looks like plenty of room. Keep all the way. He's trying to turn it up and also pick up the first down. Jim, he was right there at the stake, and of course those people holding those stakes got to drop those stakes.
Get out of town.
Yeah, and he did pick it up. So
Yep.
good job. That was
Jay Frank was out there leading the play too.
That was a nice run, Jim. That was a keep all the way, and I was looking at pretty decent blocking.
Excuse me.
Okay, let me see. We got too tight out there with Langella in the wing. To give to Mike Ridge, but that's not going anywhere. The Riots, you know, they haven't had so far the greatest field position, Jim. When it becomes a little bit better, they're going to have to loosen them up here and start completing some passes because Coach Wolfgram taking a little extra time here to get this play in. And again, Brian Harvey's got that trot over there, Jim. He certainly gets a workout. South Portland quarterbacks get a workout every game. So second and just a little bit under 10 yards here. Second and we'll probably say 9. Too tight, wing left, Langella to wing back. Bert Rich at tailback, his brother Mike at the full. There's a little counter there, but that's just run right at your football, and you know.
Brian Bassett and Jason Dufour.
Fullback went left, I believe, and Bert Rich went to the right. It's Dave Cahill coming out, Jim.
Yeah.
It's third and 7, but 3rd and 7.
I'd be looking for that hook pass.
Well, yeah, 3rd and 7, but you know and I know and everyone knows they're going to throw the ball. Maybe they won't, but maybe they won't. Bird out here in the slot trying to put some pressure, and here's Harvey. He's again trying to keep it. Nice run. Cuts the inside. Hang on to the football. And nice play. I don't know, Jim. Was that a run all the way, or would that?
I think he was ready. He was going to throw that, and he just figured everybody was covered. And you know, Harvey has a tendency to do that. In fact, if anything, I think Harvey has a tendency to sometimes pull the ball down a little early. Good take off.
Good play. So you know they have to be keying on Bert Rich, and Mike Rich is respectable in himself, and there we have Harvey that's making a difference right now. Okay, Riot's line is a big splits to the left with that trap right up the chute, and there's a face mask right there. I don't know what the ref was looking at, but
he certainly wasn't looking at that.
Josh McDonald's in there, Jim, on that carry.
Right.
I don't know, he might have had him under the pad there, but these refs looks like a pretty good crew. Two guys I know out there, Dave Allen and Bob Brown. And here's Josh McDonald
coming out. Mike Rich in.
Two Riches over there. Wide flex sand there by the Riots. Here comes Barrett. Nice running room. And picking up good yardage. So this is going to be 3rd and about maybe 3, Jim, or 4.
Yeah. I'd like to see it about 3rd and 1.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
Jim. Okay, there you go. 3rd and, geez, less than 1, Jim. So, you know, that's the way to call them. Okay, the Riots are starting to you know, put things together here. Just hang on to this football. Wind picking up a little bit, Jim, blowing from the Lewiston bench over to the South Portland bench. 4-6, looks like a 62 type D for the Devils, and they're stunting, and they're definitely trying to stop that run, Jim. Of course, you know, that was a running down, and Bert Rich stumbling, trying to work the old stumble drill there, but nice run picked up over the right tackle, Bert Rich.
First and 10 for South Portland at their own 49-yard line.
Okay, McDonald and, of course, Harvey out there. Harvey just getting the call from Coach Wolfgram. Mike Rich grabbing a little break. Langello's wing to the left, backs are strong to the right, too tight, trap. They're working that trap, Jim. You know, one of the things about that, I'm doing a lot of yapping here, but one of the things, you keep running the trap, and now you catch them in a stunt or something, and that trap could go for 50.
That's right. You know, the thing is, too, is that they're very aggressive on that. The trapping guard, which is Aaron Filio, is having trouble getting there. This guy's getting so much penetration. He's getting across the line, and he's getting a lot of penetration, and so by that time, Filio's having trouble getting to him.
Okay, nice evasive move. That's thrown out of there. Darren Davis, Jim, with a nice reception and a Mike Ditka type run after he caught the ball. All right. Looks like old Mike Ditka, although it wasn't 89, it's number 44. He unloaded that one very, very nicely, Jim, with a lot of pressure.
And you know, I tell you, it was a great play by Harvey, but I got to tell you, it does my heart good to see old Davis get one. You know, he gets a lot of credit on defense, and you know, they don't know he's around sometimes on offense, but I'll tell you, that's the best way to make yourself known right there.
Very good. That was 3rd and 1, too. Nice job, nice call. I was going to say the play before that, they were mixing it up pretty well. There's a timeout by the Red Riots, Jim. But as I just look down on the field, there's a couple of firemen here. And one of the guys I know behind the South Portland bench, his name's Louis Cavallero. And he used to play for us at Portland, and he's working for the fire department South Portland now, Jim. He was one heck of a fine football player, a tremendous football player. But even more important than that, he was a super individual, and he still is. Great guy. South Portland's lucky to have him, I know that.
Well, that's good. You know, we got a lot of former athletes that are still around the area and still around town, and it's you know, it's good to see them when they come back to the games. Like for example, you know, BJ and David and the different kids that come back, you know, during the course of the year. It's good to see them back at these games.
Jim, you know, South Portland. I was going to say just a play before, and I did just mention it, but they're mixing up their plays pretty well now. Of course, the better field position you have, then the more that you can do out there. So they're coming out with Langella and the 2 tight and the 2 Riches here. So back's all strong left. His trap again. That trap, I was telling Keith to be critical here, Jim. That trap has got to hit just between the center and the guard. There's going to be hit upfield, and then you break to the outside. You can't start sliding to the right there because it's not designed to do that. Now, maybe the hole wasn't there, obviously, but that's got to be run up the field and then after 6 or 7 yards straight up the field, bounce it out to the right. But, you know, you have to give the devil literally his due, Jim.
Yeah, they got a little something to say about what's going on in there.
You're right. Okay. Flanker to the right this time. Here's a waggle type play, and Harvey's trying to pick up a block, and he's hanging on to it. He's doing a nice job of running. Gets out of bounds, and the ref is right there. So he picked up pretty decent yardage, Jim. Picked up about, well, maybe 6, 7 yards there.
I think it was, I couldn't see the number, but it was in the 80s.
85.
You know, I think it was Darren and Urso. He didn't realize that he was going to run, I think, and then he caught up with him, and by that time they were too close together, and, you know, it was history.
I think on that, Harvey, he's coming out of there. He can definitely throw the ball, and he can run with the ball also. If he could just kind of get it down as he's hitting that line of scrimmage to have that defensive back on a yo-yo, then could unload one. Wing to the left, a little stutter step here to Bert Rich, and Bert is running like a fullback, Jim. Yeah. And he's still going, and the refs are, you know, he was held up there by 3 or 4 people. This is not the NFL here. I'd hate to see him get hurt and some sucker coming in here and putting the wood to him.
Right.
4 guys are holding him up here. I mean, that's refs got to got to kind of realize. 4th and 1, Jim, here. A big, big play.
4th and 1 for South Portland at the 13-yard line.
Okay, what do we got here? Power eye to the right. Too tight. There's a fake. Nice fake. No one open, though, and Harvey with plenty of running room. If he doesn't stumble, he's got the first down. He's got it, Jim, and so far this first quarter, Brian Harvey's Mr. South Portland here. All right, he stumbled there, Jim, and he's forcing to keep that head up and those legs moving, and that was a hell of a super effort.
Yeah.
To keep from just tripping there. He knew if he didn't stumble, I felt he was going to pick up the first D there. A big play right there, a nice athletic move.
Yeah, he come out, excuse me, he come out of there, maintained his balance real well, and he was directly responsible for the picking up of the first down.
Okay, Jim.
It's the end of the first
yeah,
quarter.
that was a quick first quarter, wasn't it? The ball's on the 10-yard line. It's going to be
nothing here.
First and 10. They have about a foot, Jim, that they could also get. So, if they get.
They can get a first down before they score.
Right, but it's only a foot in front of the goal line, so that's not too likely to happen.
I just want to give a little credit here between quarters to a couple of people that are working with us today. We got some cameramen, Bill Yanian, Al McLean is our technical director, along with his wife Bev. Roland Lawler is the roving cameraman along the sideline down there. Mike Bryan at the other end zone camera. And our old friend Bob Robichaux is back with us up here in the booth. Nice to see you back, Bob.
Jim, you made mention a little bit earlier before the game started that you saw Eddie Griffin. How's Eddie doing?
Well, he's in pretty good spirits. My wife and I went down to see Don Campbell and Dave Rowe the other night that were playing down at the dugout, and so Eddie happened to be there and got up and sang a few songs and
were they Irish songs?
Oh, they were absolutely Irish songs.
They
and
went Italian,
imparted some words of wisdom, as only Eddie can. So
all right.
It was good to see him. We wish him really well.
Okay, Riot spreading him out. Bert Rich is in for 6 right there. Lowers his shoulder. He didn't have to, but good job. The Riots are splitting the Devils out, Jim, and just an eye situation, the eye flanker, and Mike Rich, I believe, doing the blocking for him on that one. And
well, they had a good block there from not only
Jay
Mike Rich, but they had one from Jay Frank and also from Keith Dover. So it was that whole left side of that line just kind of opened up the hole, and was Katie by the door. See you later.
Okay, nice. Riots have done pretty well. Okay, coming out, and what's this? Okay, this is a
new wrinkle.
It's a smorgasbord 900 formation is what it is. Here's a down to Rich, and Rich is scooting to get in there, head for that thing, and he takes a shot as he does get in there, and a TD. 2 points. Brett tosses the ball to Bob Brown, and fixes the pylon, Jim, and maybe he might man that camera here before the kickoff gets started. I don't know, but he took a shot there. Nice move, Bert, using his speed, Jim, with I guess a 9:29 down and old school song time.
Well, I think we're going to get a replay on this, Jack.
Okay, Jim, let's be checking out those guards there.
I think here comes the replay, Jack.
Okay, 4 seconds into the second period of action. It didn't take long. One snap of the ball.
Jesse White getting set to kick off for South Portland.
Be back to it.
We'll come back to it. Maybe we had some technical difficulty there. Or we'll get it after the kickoff, one of the two. I'm not sure which.
I'm sure the rollster will want to put that in, Jim, as far as he had to be right down there. Roland Lawler, Jesse White,
and number 15.
Unloading one here. It's not a very deep kickoff, and excellent excellent field position.
Knocked out of bounds.
Jim, I'm going to make a suggestion. This is playoff time. This is playoff time. Put that ball down, horizontal to the ground. Kick it as hard as you can, as far as you can, because it's going to go deeper than it's going right now. Last week was pretty good. But you have to, you can't give the other team the football 55 yards away. I mean, just have it like an onside kick type, but kicking it through the 10-yard area. Okay, motion again. That guy's leaning. Coach Wolfgram ought to bring that up to him. He's right up to shoot. A hell of a move there. Dion Welch in pursuit. Mike Richeseau coming over there, and they're down inside the 20, Jim.
Darren Watt on the run for Lewiston.
Got to open the door and tell those guys to haul it. Tell Coach Spencer to get down on the horn to the assistant coaches and start hollering and screaming at those officials. That guy's leaning upfield before the snap of the football. You got to let the ref be aware of it.
Lewiston at the 20.
I don't know. I'm coaching here now, but
you're not getting excited, are you, Jack?
Yeah, I'm getting irritated because that's an infraction, in my opinion. Okay, wing to the left. I don't know. Motion again. You can see he's got that half a step in there. Am I right, Jim?
Yeah, I can see the guy. I can see the guy comes back to the inside like that, and you know, he just you can see him just lean inside.
He's definitely leaning to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 1.
Okay, second and 1. Here's an anything type. They can do whatever they want on this one. Split end, wide right. Motion coming again. Stutter step there, and he's hammered, but probably picked up the first down, Jim. That play didn't look like he was really leaning there, but...
Troy Kayajonian for Lewiston.
First down, Jim. Where are we now? On about the 8?
Yeah.
First and goal for Lewiston at the 8.
Mr. Cole comes into the ball game.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned Cash's name, Todd Cash, number 87. Guy's got to be juked up here. See what they have. It looks like a 61 type D, something like that. Here it is out in the flat, and good coverage there by Seth Thompson. Clock is rolling. The ball's on about the 6-yard line, Jim. Nice coverage.
Stopped by.
Well, it was good. It was good to see that coverage. You know, he's another one of the lunch pail kids, Seth Thompson. You know, he comes along, plays plays his game, and then goes on home.
Second and goal at the 6.
These lunch buckets better have some an extra slice of bologna in them today, Jim. They're going to need it. Okay, here's just a slam off to the left side. That guy's running with power, and he's in there. Yeah, I guess he said his knee is down on about the 3-inch line there.
Troy Kayajonian on the run.
Anything can happen, Jim. Could be a fumble or whatever. They're not in there yet. Third and six big mosquitoes.
Third and goal for Lewiston inside the 1.
Here come the big boys in. We got about 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter here. 9.5 minutes to 9 minutes 20 seconds really till halftime.
This is where the Riots are going to need the old Mahuska going here. Going to have to get the old Mahuska come in there, and he's in. He didn't have far to go. All right. Lewiston is obviously juiced up. I would just say though, Jim, the Riots, they're not in bad shape here. Really, a couple adjustments they can make at halftime, but there's Darren Davis getting up a little slow, but they're not in bad shape. It's just that what they have to get out of their heads maybe is that first game against Lewiston. You know?
Yeah.
Years ago, Jim, I think it was 9 to 10 years ago, we played a Sanford team and hammered them quite handily, and then we met them one of the last games of the year, and we had all we could do to win the game. There's a hell of a shot there by Bert Rich. He came up and lowered a forearm there, but Jim, that's
Darren Locke on the 2-point conversion to tie.
That's going to be now 8 up, and he just made it there. Bert Rich came up and threw a forearm. I haven't seen a good forearm like that in years. And he dropped that devil, but these guys got to shake it off here, and I don't like to see the walking like that. You can trot back. That's it. All right. Now pick it up, man. You know, you're not insurmountable here. You got to shake it off, and that's part of the game. It's lasts for the whole 4 quarters, and that's just you don't win them in the first period and a half. Okay, back deep we got Pettingill, we have Rich and Thompson. In front of them we got Toms, Rich, and Langella. The front 5, Jim, Jody Myers, Keith Dover, Scotty Nesbitt. Welch is on the far side. I just can't see because Scotty Nesbitt's 58. That would be Jay Frank. So let's have a good return here now. See what they're going to do, Jim.
Back to softball and Brett Rich.
I think sometimes the kicker takes a look down. He takes a look down while his back is turned. Those guys ought to switch. Put Rich to the right and Pettingill in the middle. They might not look a second time. Yep, there they go. Okay, boys, way to be. They switch the other way, though. See? I don't know. All right, let's go. All right, all right! All right!
Jamie Pettingill on the run back for South Poland.
All right, that's what they needed, Jim. There's a little the old Mahaska right there.
That moved him along. Here comes Packy Toms.
All right, good. I don't know. I'm juiced up for this game here.
First and 10 for South Portland at the 44.
All, as you probably just heard from the announcer, Ken Jones is on the 44. That's good. That's what they need. Good field position now.
And they got 9 minutes to score.
Yep. Here's Lingello, wing to the left. Down to Rich. He's got Filio out in front of him. Nice move by Burt. He gave a fake to the outside, as he usually does, and good job now. Good leader out there.
Yeah, cut back in the inside. Decent block in there by Filio.
Yeah, good block by Filio. Good block and good leadership by Burt Rich. Wonder what that lunch bucket's got for dessert in it, Jim.
I don't know.
A couple of brownies, maybe?
A couple of devil dogs.
Yeah, hey, Twinkies, maybe. Okay, wing to the left, trap to Rich. Get those feet moving, Mike. Taking those little steps, looking for a big hole. He's got to hit the hole.
All right, now we got some guys fired up in there. There's old Jay Frank. He's hopping, and a couple of guys moving around. They're getting ready. Come on, let's put a block on some people, you know. That's good. It's good to see that.
Jim, you don't think there would be an apple in that lunch bucket in this day and age, or an orange or something?
No, I think it's devil dogs.
Geez, I hope it's devil dogs. Okay, wing left. High setbacks. Okay, a little toss to Rich here now. Good blocking. That's it, Mike. Right. Hang on to the football, Mike. Good job. Hell of a job. Hell of a run. All right. Hey, you can't tell me that isn't Fitzpatrick Trophy quality right there, Mr. Man. All right, Mike. Burt, rather, and Mike. Heck of a job.
Well,
nice
I got to tell you, though,
you
know, that was a great individual effort there by Mike Rich, and I got to take a thing away from you can't. But, you know, the other side of that was, boy, I got to tell you, some of them linemen threw some whale of a blocks.
Don't take his devil dogs away from him.
No, we ain't going to take his devil dogs, but I got to tell you, those linemen ought to get to share them.
Okay, I don't know. Someone probably already stole it out of his lunchbox. What do we got here?
We got a timeout. Coach Wolfgram wants to call a timeout.
All right.
Looks like he's probably going to go for the two. The way Lewiston is playing their ball game today, they're going to need every point that they can get. They're going to have the two. Because I think that, you know, there's a good chance of this game being decided by a point or two.
Anything's possible, Jim. Anything is certainly possible. Coach Wolfgram coming out there, taking his time. I think getting out there, sometimes when you take your time, as I'm remembering, I'm saying, what the hell am I going to say to these guys out there? But, you know, this is obviously an offensive call. He's taking his time to do a little thinking along the way to actually decide just what he wants to do. And once he got there, he delivered the message rather quick-like.
Well, Skip Capone, he's come out to say hi to his boys and give them a few words of encouragement, I guess.
Okay, we got a flanker to the right. Cahill is flanked out to the right. Here's a toss to Rich again. They seem to like that left side. Burt is working to get in there. Not going to make it this time, Jim. Not going to make it. They're stringing that out pretty well, Jim. They've worked all week long. Lewiston has, I'm sure, against a red number 25 at the tailback. Usually what they'd probably do is take their fastest kid, and he's Burt Rich all week, and probably Friday he's happy the week's over. You know, Jim, back to what I was saying before. I guess I don't try to do coaching here, but sometimes I guess you do. But, you know, just put this ball horizontal, kick it as hard as you can. It's going to go 30 or 40 yards anyhow. And plus, when you kick it like that, it's going to be bouncing crazy. And a lot of time, those balls are hard to pick up.
Yeah.
And the end result is maybe the 30 to 35-yard line. But we'll see what happens
maybe
here.
You get a turnover, too.
Yeah, that's true. Dave Cahill, number 10 at the safety. Hopefully we won't have to use him here. Okay, pretty decent kick there. Coming in, and there's Joey Langella.
Our old boy, Joey Langella.
Joey, nice tackle. Look at him. He gets things fired up out there. I don't know, Joey Langella. We could have said that 5 seconds before it happened, but jeez, time after time, huh, Jim?
At the 38.
Well, you know, he's done that now. He's a senior, you know, and he's been doing that since he's a freshman. He did that on the freshman team, and he's been doing it on the rest of the teams all the way through. So,
okay, the linebackers, we got Welch and Cash. Thompson coming out here to the left. His backs are all strong to the right. There's that motion again, and tripped up, and there's a good shot by Thompson to finish things off. And Aaron Filio wanted to get the crowd juiced up, as well as Darren Davis and Andy Daigle. 4 or 5 riots in on that, Jim, and hopefully they've had enough of that play. Nice Spalding action there. Putting the wood to those guys. Good job.
2nd and 10 at the 38.
Okay, what do we got here? There's a guy, what's he doing? Is he trotting on or off? Okay, motion again, extended motion this time. We got an eye setback, straight drop.
Here it comes.
Throw to the motion back, and he's trying to get out of the way there, but these riots are doing some hitting out there now. There's Thompson, Filio again. Who else have we got? Dover's over there. Good job, Jim.
Yeah, they got some people that are beginning to swarm to the ball now as they begin to play defense. I gotta tell you, they weren't sleepwalking before, but they weren't playing the defense that they can play. They're playing it now.
Yeah, they are, Jim. There was good shoulder pad action, good wrap and hit on that one.
At the 40.
Okay, we got a flanker coming to the southpaw on the left defensive side here. Okay, there's something. We got a flag down, illegal procedure on the white.
Penalty against Lewiston.
So instead of 3rd and 8, Jim, I'm sure they're going to take that. They will take that. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Brother Cash was in there right on top of things too, right away. You know,
3rd and 13.
I got an
That's
idea
35.
that they've scouted. Lewiston probably has scouted Aaron Filio a little bit there. I'll tell you a little more later.
Okay, here we go, an inside stunt, and putting the pressure on. The ball's way overthrown, but Dave Cahill is here and reels it in before he goes out of bounds on the 37-yard line, Jim. Nice job by the fiddler.
You got it.
Good job, Dave.
What is it there that Johnny Most used to say there? He fiddles and diddles.
Yeah.
Grabs the ball. But anyway, I think Lewiston may well have had a tendency to scout Aaron Filio, because if you remember last week and the week prior to that up in Sanford, he had a field day on that center up there and caused a lot of fumbles. So I think that they haven't had so much of it today.
Okay, we got almost the Twins to the left, and a give to Josh Mack there. Josh Mack, and he's trying to show him where the bear went through the buckwheat.
And Brent Watson
picked up a couple.
Yeah, you got a couple there. A couple of hard yards too. Those weren't easy yards. Somebody stunted there, come up through.
2nd and 8. Gavin coming out to the left along with Langella, 42 and 41.
Got a little under 5 minutes left in the quarter.
Eye setbacks. Brian Harvey backing out the old call. Rich going from left to right. Nice move. Turning it on, Jim. You know, and Rich, I really haven't seen that type of sliding move where he hit to the left, and then said these guys are pursuing. They're over pursuing, Jim, so I'm going to pick up the gravy here and slide back against the grain. Nice move. Good running with his eyes there, and that was a hell of a pickup.
You know,
First and 10 at the 45.
The last few ball games, they've been pretty much a left-handed team. But, you know, they're beginning to run right, they're beginning to run left, and beginning to run up the center now. So it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Gavin split out here.
Yep, twins left. Okay, there's a Josh McDonald. Nice second effort there, Jim. I think if he was a little bit quicker, he had Darren and Verso that was licking his chops out there, ready to label a Blue Devil there. But again, being critical, but it just looked like a little bit slowness in the beat, Jim. And
well, I think the other thing there, you know, with all due respect, Jack, I think it's a kind of a thing where experience. You know, he hasn't had all that many minutes, especially against frontline top quality players.
Okay, we got a split to the right, flanker to the left.
Oh, what a block he
Cahill is going to be overthrown, though. And
Mr. McDonald just introduced himself to a linebacker over there that was coming up looking to do great bodily harm to Mr. Harvey. So he laid a nice block on the kid.
Good.
Yeah, it is good. You know, you see a guy come out, he runs with the ball, makes a nice run, and then comes back and throws a good, devastating kind of block. It's a real good thing to see.
Okay, wing to the left. It's 3rd and about 1 here, and Cahill now is coming into the tight slot. And here we give the handoff to Rich, and it looks like he picked it up easily here. You know, Jim, earlier this week I saw Mrs. Wolfgram, Adine, I believe her first name is. Saw her at the credit union. I said, geez, I had a pretty good season. She said she flew about 1.5 foot off her chair there and said, pretty good. And, you know, it was a great first season, as Coach Wolfgram said, but here's for all the marbles right here. So,
yeah.
So if they have a great second season. Okay, wing to the left, backs strong to the right there. Okay, here's Rich again. Guard's got to get out in front of him. Filio and Dover not hit the deck on this one, Bert.
Rich for South Portland.
You know, he was covered, but when he knew he was about to get hammered, turned upfield. Yeah, he just turned upfield.
You know, Jim, they're running that play again. We said it once last week. They're running it too wide. That play's actually designed to hit off the outside leg of the left tackle.
Yeah.
And they're stringing it out, and the more they string it out, then the less chance that play's going to go for, like, big yardage. But, hey, that play's been good to them all year long. All the backs are set to the left here now, wing left. Okay, there's again I don't know, it must have been a trap or a give. I didn't see the line action, Jim. Mike Rich picking it up, and they're giving him a steady diet of Josh McDonald, Mike Rich, then throwing to Bert Rich, and throwing to Harvey, and...
Stopped by Brian Bassett.
What do you got? You got 14-8 with 2:20 here, but clock is important, Jim. The Riots have used up two of their 3 timeouts. So, you know, they got to use that last timeout wisely. Where's the football here? It's on like the 27-yard line.
It's 3rd about 4.
Jim, how about that double reverse here? Or that inside
reverse,
yeah. Yeah, to Langella. That's should be coming up. There's Bert, nice move, nice job. He gets hit. There's Nesbitt downfield and looked like a little WWF there with his hand side. It wasn't doing anything, but he wasn't doing anything but throwing a good block.
That's right. We got a minute and 49 left here in the first half. We got a 14-8 lead. I would think we'd begin to think about putting that ball in the end zone now. Time is going to begin to be a problem.
Yeah. They got to get the hurry up O out there. Hurry up O, too tight. Langella wing right. Trap again to Mike Rich. And there's Mike moving and grooving there, and he's down about to 1, Jim. And you know, as he was running, I just assumed that play was stopped, Jim. So you people,
stopped by Greg Boucher.
I don't know if we have the capability to get a replay on that, but maybe the roll slip, he's right over there.
At the 1-yard line.
Geez, that was a hell of a run, Jim, and I was checking the clock in the 100 and...
Don't drop your program, they could score.
Yeah, that was a great run. Okay, we got a wing right here, and there's a gift to Mike, and Darren Davis doing a little extra duty there, helping out the officials. But the left side of the line, Jim, you mentioned that several times, did a great job
hole in there. Yeah, that's all they did. Just bang, bang, bang. And you know, that's good. Now we got we got another 6 points, so That makes it. That would make the score 20-8 at this point, and we're looking for the extra point.
Okay, flanker right with Lingello to flanker. Here's a gift to Rich right up to shoot, and he's hopping and stopping in the end zone there. Good job by Burt.
Makes it 22-8.
Okay, Jim, that's you can breathe a little bit easier now going in at the halftime.
Yeah, when you open it up like that, you know, that gives you an opportunity in the second half now to begin to concentrate on your offense a little bit, open it up, maybe get another one, and you know, see what happens.
Might have a replay coming up here. Here we go, Jim. Okay, Cahill out over, and here's the just a give there to Mike.
Old Jay Frank and number 73, Keith Dover in there.
It's nice. He, you know, Mike Rich liked the ball down there, and that was, as we just said, Jim, just a football inside the 20, and he took it to like the 1 there, I believe, and so good job, Mike. I don't know, Jim. How about trying an onside kick here? I don't think they will, but
Troy Kajonian and number 15.
Oh, it makes sense not to let them have the ball back. Can't score if they don't have the ball.
Okay, there's a low kick. All right. Is it hard to handle? All right, Kevin Kimball in there. Here's number 43 that's over there, and Jesse White again.
Makes a tackle.
Some of those riots, Jim.
Dave Lesser there with number 43. He's
Troy
down there, had him.
On the return for Lewiston, knocked out of bounds.
Dale Cole coming out there. Kimball.
Kevin Kimball responded well. He took a crack out there.
Mr. Gavin's coming out. Jake Myrick. Packy Toms.
Packy, okay, you know, people probably wondering, you know, I'm saying onside kick, and geez, I'm saying before we needed the ball down deeper. Well, here it is down deeper, but okay, flanker right's backs too tight, and they're just going to send a quick slant in type here, and maybe that, I don't know, Jim, what that was supposed to be, a quick type of screen, or just a quick hitch or look in or something. Okay, here's a hurry up by the Devils.
Gain of 2.
Got it on his knees.
35 seconds. Second and about 8. Flankers to the right here, and he's doing a square out. And Burt actually slipped, but he's up. Okay, lay off him. Good job, you guys. Thompson and Rich right there. Using their heads. Clock is winding, but they must be using a timeout here. So 23 seconds, Jim.
Timeout on the fly.
I don't know. Did they call timeout, Jack, or was that just that he went out of bounds?
No, the clock was being wound. Babe Anderson over here giving us the official explanation, but thanks, Babe. Lewiston called a timeout. But, you know, Jim, back to the question there, he was inbounds, and the clock would have rolled, but they're going to have to be in a very loose defense.
3rd and 3 at the 42.
It's not a prevent here. We'll give them the first down. That doesn't matter. Loosen up.
Yeah, you don't want to give them a score at this point. That would really juice them up.
A little Polish defense maybe, huh, Jim? Don't ask me what that is, but they work on it every Friday.
Yeah. Is that the one where they serve the guamkis?
No, that's the one where, well, I shouldn't say this, but allegedly one of the South Portland players that was working in a sandwich shop, and I don't know if I said this before, but they came in, the customer came in and said, put the oil on the side, please. Kid turned the sandwich on his side, put the oil to it. So, we won't mention that individual's name because I'm sure. Screen left, come up, all right, good. Right there, hang on. There's a clip. Todd Cash, we don't want him spending the second half in the Maine Medical Center.
Stopped by Darren Davis.
All right, 14 seconds here.
I guess they called a timeout again.
All right, no big deal. Hey, they're going to use the best play that they have to score, whether it's a double pass, Jim, or a screen or a draw. Loosen up. Yeah. You know, and they were loose, you know. But
they're going to try and put that. They're going to try and put it in the end zone because it ain't going to do them any good to get 18 yards.
Score here for the Devils would put them right back in the action. Get these flies buzzing around here in this weather. They got to be a pretty hardy fly, Jim.
Well, they have hardy flies here in Maine, you know.
Jeez. Like the size of a Coast Guard helicopter, this one here.
Well, he's been playing around the noise in the wings, yeah.
You started talking about those devil dogs, he came zooming in.
Ants to a picnic, Jack. Ants to a picnic.
I can't hear you, babe. I didn't hear you there, but that's what I tell my wife all the time. I can't hear you. Okay.
With your wife, you never go home, right?
Yeah. Okay, come on, here we go. It's about, hey, throw the flag on that. All right. Good job, Dave. Almost, that was intentionally grounding the ball. Lost it down, plus a yardage,
please,
right, babe?
Penalty flag on the play.
5 yards, ought to be 55.
Penalty
All
call,
right, good
intentionally
call.
grounding the ball.
Geez, I don't know, Jim. That quarterback's a smart kid, I know that. That coach might not like it, but he's no fool. 4 of those guys ready to show him different parts of southern Maine than he wants to see right now.
Be the divine wind right there.
Yeah. The wind's not too bad.
Second and 25 at the 40.
Yeah, just loosen it up, man. Loosen it up. Okay.
There he goes.
That's the end of that, Jim. So, hey, pretty enthusiastic first half here by the Red Riots. There they go.
Score at halftime. South Portland 22, Lewiston 8.
Well, that's a pretty decent first half of football here in South Portland. Lewiston came obviously to play the ball game. They were not as physically talented a team as what we've had, but they gave South Portland quite a first half of football. The score is not necessarily indicative of the way Lewiston has played. We'll be right back after halftime. We got a little sound, Jack.
Yeah. Okay, Jim.
Well, we're back again, Jack, here at my Memorial Field here in South Portland. Lewiston, South Portland playoff game, 1992.
I see Coach Zinchuk a little bit earlier here having a chat with the 4 officials, and he was explaining a few things to them, and I don't, of course, know what it's about, but sure he was expressing the interest of his team to the 4 officials, and I like to see that. You got to let these guys know. And you've got 2 eyes just as well as they do.
Well, in defense of the officials, you know, it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
No.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to see things, you know, everything. I agree with you, though, on that particular play. After he does it about the 3rd time, you begin to think, well, maybe the guy will see it here once.
Yeah. No, you know, overall, Jim, the officials, this particular game have done a good job, and, well, I'm thinking, where's that 5th official? But I guess, talking last year to Jack Flynn, the AD, he mentioned that instead of having the 5th official in these playoff games, that would be something completely different, and the kids wouldn't be used to it, and whatever. But I don't know. An extra one is, if you got a throwing team, that's very, very important, I believe.
Yeah. It's hard to catch up. You know, it's hard to catch that interference. You was mentioned that when we had an interception over on the other side, there was a lot of thrashing and crashing and banging going on over there, and who was doing what, and it's hard to know. Well, we're about ready to kick off here. Jesse White is getting ready to punch the ball. See what happens here. There's a little
that's a
low
good kick.
Yep.
All right, takes a bounce. He's trying to get the handle. Seth Thompson right there, and see who comes up.
Darren Locke on the return for Lewiston.
That tackle there is 32.
Mr. Garvin.
Was it?
Yes, sir. It was 42.
Yeah? All right, Keith.
Way to go, Keith.
I'm baby.
I understand it's 10-7, I think, Thornton at the half of the Thornton Academy.
Yeah, Biddeford's ahead, Jim, 20-0 over Deering at the half. Okay, here we go. Flanker to the left. Okay, good job bouncing to the outside, though. All right, coming up. Good. Hey, there are 3 or 4 riots.
Aaron Davis, Andy Daigle.
Cahill, Filio, Rich, Mike Rich.
By several members of the football defense.
Yep.
After program.
2nd and 12.
After program got that tackle, Jim. That's good.
You talk about student body left and student body right. That was the way it was on that tackle. It was a whole student body in on it.
The old Mahuska. That's what they need for the playoff action. It's a phrase from the late Joe Crozier, fine basketball and football official. Okay, there's Filio trying to wheel and deal. People are running around blocks, so okay. There's a good job by number 33 and 25 for the Riots, Thompson and Rich.
By Seth Thompson and Rich.
Yep.
Good job. Good job. The first guy isn't necessarily taking him down, but he's hitting him and knocking him backwards. Now the other guy's coming up and picking up the garbage. And
that's right. Now you got instead of a 2nd and 8, you got we got about a 3rd and what? 14,
3rd and 16 for Lewiston at the
3rd and about
25.
16 maybe, Jim. But okay, what do we got here? We got a flanker right, and the backs are pretty much all to the right, and sprint out type action here, and they'll let him catch it, and make him pay. All right.
Nice open field tackle there by Seth. He ought to get a cockroach for that, or whatever they give him.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim. I kind of wonder about that. You know, he's a hurry-up punting team, but I kind of wonder about all those cockroaches. This is my opinion only, but you know, you put a substitute in there, and he's got an all-gray helmet without even a nick on it, and the guy next to you looks like someone blasted it with a double-aught buck. Good effort.
Oh!
Good effort by Darren Davis. All right. Brian Harvey, if he can make that wall. All right, Brian, get out of bounds. Good job. Way to be. Brian took a look and said, I think, my boy, I'm heading left instead of right, because he just couldn't make it, and Bert couldn't have helped him out on that as much as he wanted to try, Jim.
That's right.
Good, heck of a move right there, in my opinion. You know, you got to use your own judgment sometimes, and that's good.
Today's winning number
Well, old
is
Darren
50-50.
Davis, so he really put some pressure on that kicker.
5-5.
It was a nice play. You probably heard me groan and moan there, but I was kind of groaning and moaning for Davis.
5-5.
That must have hurt.
9-1.
He was about 5.5 feet off terra firma there, Jim. Okay, Harvey, nice job by Gavin out there. Way to keep him tied up. Not a big gainer, though, and I didn't really mean to make a lot out of my own son, Jim, but he was tying him up. Good stock blocking. I thought more would develop out of that, but he stayed on him, not for a second or two, but 4 or 5 seconds, so good effort there.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we'll feed him this week.
Yeah, he gets some double dogs too, huh?
After 3 days of not eating, maybe they get a little more effort out of him. I don't know.
I think it was probably, what was those new shoes you got for him there? You got a new pair of gloves, new shoes, and a lunch. That's not bad.
A new lunch bucket. Okay. Way to be. Here we go. Good job out there, but hit the deck, Bert. You know, I'm saying a good job, Jim, but, you know, we said this before. Sometimes, at least I just look at our guys, but Lewiston did a good job there. I mean, if you got Dover and Filio out there, and they're taking their blocks, but, you know, didn't sustain necessarily on that, but the other guy does a little bit better job, and so, you know.
Well, here, excuse me, we got Cahill into the ball game, along with Darren Davis, so, you know, I would sneak an idea that they're going to throw the ball here.
3rd and about 9, strong right. Cahill the flanker to the right. Here comes the old wag action, and there's a drifting, and Darren and Verso. Darren lowering his head and gets ripped down on about the 35-yard line, Jim, of the Lewiston Blue Devils, and Darren and Verso, nice catch there, and he's a big target there, Jim.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He flipped that ball over the line of scrimmage there real well. You know, I think everybody was looking, looking for Cahill. And here we are, all of a sudden, Darren and Verso gets the call.
Kate, Davis is out, Gavin's in. Gavin and Langella to the left, eye setbacks. Javi looking. There's a fumble, get out of bounds, okay. Last touching by Lewiston, but possession was by SP, so it's
ball fumbled out of bounds.
Well, that was a nice piece of hustle there by a Lewiston player there, 65, Brent Watson. He had visions of grabbing that one and maybe recovering a fumble.
I was watching Keith there run a patent, Jim. I just happened to pick him out. He was momentarily open, but you'd need a bazooka to get the football to him. He was just running deep, and Harvey was being pressured in the other direction, and you'd have needed, what's his name there, from the old Pittsburgh Steelers?
Bobby Lane?
No, I'll be back to that. Flanker right. Okay, there's Barrett. He's picking up decent yardage in there, but Terry Bradshaw, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he had a heck of a cannon. So, Jim, it's going to be 3rd and what here now, Bo?
3rd and about 8. That's pretty decent because they picked up about 7. You know, it was about, what was second, about 16, so it's 3rd and 8. So they picked up about 8, 9 yards on that. 7, 8 yards, I guess, maybe.
Big week coming up this week, huh, Jim, as far as the elections go? Any predictions?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, I certainly don't want to predict the national election at all, but I think we got some good.
Okay. Fake. Well, a fake. I think 2 people were faked out on that. Joey Langella and Brian Harvey.
Yeah.
Brian Harvey,
you know, Jim,
by Sean
there was just, you know, not the proper mesh procedures there, and you're going to have that, right? But, geez,
right.
I thought, remember I said last week there's a fake off that? That's what I thought it was. But looking at Joey Langella, certainly he was faked out too, so just not a real well-run play. And we say you're going to have that. Okay, Jamie Pettengill going to put the leather to the leather here. Low snap, unusual. Okay, nice punt, though. Get down here, cover it, let it roll. That's it. All right. It's a dipsy doodle and Langella. Again, 41. Joey all this season, all last season. Looks like you got a new pair of shoulder pads or something there, Jim.
Yeah, could be.
For Lewiston.
I just want to make a comment on the election that we were talking about. You know, because these things here, a lot of the elections going to be decided in the late going here, and of course we can't give any prediction on the election until the results are in from Calvary and Forest City.
Yeah. I know. Well, geez, come on, you got to come up and meet them. All right, good pursuit, but geez, too much, Jim. Too much.
Stopped by David Hill and Dion Welch.
Dion Welch, and I thought Doba was there too, but you know, Jim, City of Boston, I think the last election they had 10 people voted that, you know.
Died the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any of that, fortunately, in this area.
First
But you make a lot of remarks and a lot of funds. But the thing is that really you should get out and vote. It's an important thing. A lot of people have paid a supreme sacrifice for that very right.
You're absolutely right on that one, Jim. You're absolutely right.
Troy Kayaginian for Lewiston.
You know, on a very
Daigle.
personal note, now that you said that, Jim, you know, my dad passed away 2 years ago. You know, he was a pretty strict individual, you know, and made us toe the line. But I remember some of these demonstrators, you know, which I thought he'd be against, you know. He said, we fought so they could say what they want to say. He says, I don't agree with what they're saying, but that's why we fought. So, he's right.
Well, you know, however you vote.
Okay, little throwback to the left.
Oh, all right.
Oh, hell of a grab!
Oh, what a catch! Oh, my heaven's sake!
Jim.
Oh, boy, what a catch!
He looked like Dave Cowens or Bill Russell going up after a basketball on that, plucking it out of the air. I didn't think he could jump that high, Jim.
I was looking like he was picking apples, for heaven's sakes. What a catch! Wow! That's all I can say.
Jim, it had to be the Devil Dogs.
Yeah, I think it was it. We'll put some extra Devil Dogs in next week.
Hey, next week he's getting chocolate milk too.
To go with it, yeah.
Chocolate milk and Devil Dogs. Okay, hey, hopefully we get a replay on that.
Mike Norton getting set to kick from
Mike Norton.
David Hill's hole.
Scored 28-8. Riot's in control, but...
Oh, blocked.
Al, any possibility of a... Okay, Jim, we got a replay here on this one. I'll let you describe this one, Jim. Geez, he went up there with one hand, didn't he?
He sure did.
One
Get
hand.
it on the monitor here.
Yeah, okay, here we go, Jim.
He drops it back. Now he's throwing it. Throws it out there. Oh, one hand. There he comes.
Who's out in front of him there, Jim?
85, I think it was.
And we also had Filio,
50, yeah,
56.
Filio's out there. Yeah.
Jim, that was perfect.
Darren Inverso. You know, I would have expected Darren Inverso to make a catch like that with, you know, with the basketball hands that Darren has. But hey, we'll take him off Bert Rich. You know, I think he's got a broom that he's going to sweep up with afterwards too.
Bert Rich looked like had some of those Russian high jump shoes there.
He had something.
You know, with those
I'll
extra
tell you.
springs in them. I mean, he went up, Jim, and up and up and up, and his arm went up, and one-handed came down with it. That was superb. Okay, here's a kickoff by White. Not a bad effort here. There's number 34, and he gets hit left and right, front and back, and there's a loose football picked up by a devil, and this is going to be a score, Jim. We got to have a replay on this, but that's legitimate. That's legitimate. No flags in sight. Jim, that's a very, very unusual play.
Well, it looked to me, Jack, I don't know, I didn't see it real clearly, but it looked to me like they were working to strip the ball. And they did, in fact, strip the ball. The only thing was is that the ball went in the air. And see you later. They happened to be a Lewiston player standing right beside it, and thank you very much.
There was a devil instead of a riot there. We'll see here. They got to be ready for anything quick, Jim. But you know what's happened really the whole game. There's been some excellent pops. We said it earlier. They're hitting harder than they've hit, I think, all season, Jim. But now they got to just put the wraps to it. Okay, we got a slot to the right, sprint type action, good pressure, good job. But again, I would have called that too. But I guess maybe his feet were out, Jim, and catching that on the rebound. Let's check and see if we got a replay now to see what happened on that. Kickoff. Good job of hitting, Jim. Again, here we go.
Here it comes. He's coming down. Ball comes down. There he is. He bobbled it a little bit, and he gets hit right there. Boom, boom. Yeah, he's stripping the ball, see? And right in that guy's hand. Away he went.
There's a situation where by no means blaming the safety valve on that, but usually it's Dave Cahill, and he's saved 8 of 10 all year, Jim. But there's just, you know, the old Yogi, it's never over till it's over, but that puts a horse of a different color here at 28-14.
Yeah, and we got 4 minutes and 55 seconds roughly left in the third period. So still, we got a quarter and approximately a third of football left here, and anything can happen. You know, you got a 2-touchdown lead, and next thing you know, look out. You know.
See Aaron Filio out there doing a little pacing, last week's winner of the Eddie Griffin Trophy. And, hey, it's high school football, and, you know, we just had an excellent play. But, you know, Jim, sometimes, again, with high school or anything, here's an onside kick. I'd be loading up to the right here, man. They're gonna, you know, and I was thinking about that earlier, too, but you have a score by one team, and then you let down a little bit, and the other team comes back. So here's an onside. It could come left here. That slides someone up to the left. This 59 could kick it, but he doesn't. All right, get under it. Fair catch it.
Mackie Toms fielded
Mackie
that.
Toms.
You can fair catch that too, you know, Jim.
Yeah.
But you don't usually see that. Something
Jody
too.
Myers here coming out of the ball game. Mark Pettengill, Packy Toms. Here comes Mike Rich.
What?
First and 10 at the 32.
What's this guy bitching up? Oh, excuse me.
I got no idea.
Excuse me, sports fans. Jim, I wish you'd
Timeout by Lewis.
watch how you're talking here.
I don't know what's going on. Somebody's trying to call attention to the scoreboard. I don't know what what they're talking about necessarily, but whatever it was, I guess it's all right. The local constabulary coming up here, and they're going to see if they can calm down an unruly fan or something, I guess.
Okay, Jim, the ball's going to be on about the 32 here of the Red Riots. First and 10, but whatever's going on here, we were talking and waiting for. Okay, we got a wing left here now. What do you think, Jim? Trap her down?
I think he's going to trap it right up the middle.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nice move and nice
Josh
run.
McDonald on the run
Good
for South
2
Portland.
arms on the old pigskin there, Jim.
Shot by
And
Steve
picked up
Mendoza.
about 6, I think.
Yeah, you know, he's a pretty good inside carrier, you know, and he's not prone to fumble much. You know, here we go. I'll put the jinx on him right now.
Second and
but,
4 for South
the
Portland
idea
after
is
38.
that I don't think I've seen Josh fumble all year.
Okay, wing left. Harvey backing out the call there. And Rich is, come on, give him a help rep there with the whistle or throw the flag or something. Hey, I'd have a little talk with Mr. Referee right about now. And Coach Wolfgram is.
Glenn Hood there was the fellow who was doing the tackling for Lewiston, number 66.
3rd and about 6. Okay, we got an flanker to the right. Lynn Jollibee in the flanker. Here's the Burt. Burt's looking to bounce to the outside, using his hands very nicely. And let's see, Jim, this is going to be close. Whether they're
close to a first down.
Yeah, whether they're going to mark it. And I'm guessing he's right. I'm looking right across. It is a first down here.
Yeah.
They're going to measure for it, though, Jack.
Your attention, please. For the owner of a blue Volkswagen, Connecticut plate PN8917, please report to your vehicle. Once again, blue Volkswagen, Connecticut plates PN8917. The owner, please report to the vehicle.
Looks like the Connecticut Brigade is here, Jack.
Yeah.
A couple of sports fans. I didn't know we reached that far south.
Well, you know,
on these
Jim,
broadcasts here.
to be honest with you, you know, my aunt and uncle may be here at this game. They're from Tucson, Arizona. My other aunt, that would be Kay and Bob Gordon, and my other aunt and uncle from Carlisle, Pennsylvania could also be here, Tom and Mary Fox. So, okay, in the meantime, we got the quick toss to Rich, and he's cutting that a lot tighter now, Jim, trying to come back against that overly pursuing Blue Devil team there.
You know what I don't understand, and I guess maybe I probably shouldn't do this, but what I don't understand about that is why they haven't run that inside reverse.
Well, they did, Jim, remember, but they had a difficulty with the handoff there.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what it was back there when, as I said, Joey and Brian didn't have the greatest mess in the world.
Right.
But it could be run. Joey wing to the right. Here we go. With Josh Mack, he
on the run.
probably gets to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it didn't look too
Stopped
good
by
there.
Jason Dubois.
Looks like Jay Frank is getting a little animated out there. I don't know, somebody's telling him to do one thing and somebody's telling him to do another. And I think there's a guy from Lewiston that's got a little something to say about what it is that he's doing.
Yeah.
So I think old Jay's getting a little frustrated, and that may be not too good for the Lewiston.
Well, you can just bite a little harder on the mouthpiece and drive out a little harder and take care of that frustration.
Ooh.
Nice move, nice cut, and there's definitely athletic apparel out there, Jim, and a nice brush and a hell of an effort, no flags, and we got to have a replay on that. And, it's just a super job by Mr. Burt Rich there, Jim. Super effort.
Well, Scott Welch is complaining, Lewiston's player complaining that he had stepped out of bounds. I don't know whether we got a replay on that or not, but I think we got one coming here.
Yeah.
Maybe we could kind of get a little extra peek on it and see what happened. I don't know. I know it was close, but there was a referee right there, or an official. It wasn't a referee, but it was an official right there. And, it would seem as though he would have called it. Certainly he would have called it if he'd have seen it.
Okay, we got a flex to the right. See if they hit to the left here again now. Okay, there they go. Burt Rich is looking, and Mr. Frank and Dover
made a hole.
Yeah, so they took a little frustration out right there and scored, Jim.
Here we go. Here comes the run right now. Here he is.
Good move by
nice
Burt.
Block. Here they come. Here he comes. Here he comes. Let's watch the sideline now. Here he goes, right down the sideline.
Oh.
No, he never stepped out of bounds at all. He was right on the mark all the way in there.
whoever that individual was, Jim, coming up there, Burt was bigger than he was, but he gave him that dip to the inside and his speed. And that Lewiston Blue Devil was like a whirling dervish out there.
Yeah, he'd had it right there. Well, now we got a minute and what is it, 40 seconds or so left in the third quarter here. So we got another quarter to go, and we got to score 36-14.
I think that was the old coup de grace there, Jim.
I think that one laid it on him.
Okay, again, Jesse White, most of these games gets a lot of practice now. Let's hammer this guy. No one really hammering, but number 54 came in there, Mark Hansen, and Kevin Kimball was there, and
Not by Kevin
Dave
Kimball.
Cahill also.
Cahill was in there as well.
Joey Langella, Ken, on that one also.
I
Joey
didn't
Langella,
see Joey in there, but we'll give him credit anyway, because he's a nice guy.
Well, he's a good guy, but he's usually there, Jim. We make more mistakes not seeing him than he makes mistakes not making a tackle.
First and 10 at the 45.
Okay, Devils with a too tight flank on left. And I is a setback. The quick toss coming out here, and good effort by number 33, Seth Thompson, Jim, but a hell of an effort by Darren Inverso, because early in the play he was blown out of there, and he recovered, came back, and made the stick. That was a hell of an effort by Darren Inverso.
Yeah, I thought that was great play.
Second and 9 at the
whole
46.
defense swarmed to the ball real well.
Good second effort there, and that's what you like to see. Great job. Great job. Right, it's pretty quiet here, Jim. Must be getting tired or something.
I don't know. Yeah, we got Lewiston coming out over the ball here.
Okay, they got a double. South Portland better handle this. Slide to the right. You got a double pass. Well, no. Yeah, no. Jim, basically we had two sets of wideouts. Two guys wide out right, two guys wide out left, and the fullback or tailback went in motion. And so they had a quick screen just by sending to that, throwing it to that motion back. And South Portland was just kind of looking around. They did a pretty decent job, though. Very unusual situation there, but you're going to see the plethora here of plays coming in this fourth quarter as the third period of action ends, Jim.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Jack. You don't get...
I know.
Holy mackerel.
I know it. Well, I was saving that one.
Yeah, I need my... I need my dictionary to work with you here.
Roger's thesaurus. We got one under the table here.
Well, it looks like we're going to be starting the action here for the fourth quarter with the South Portland Red Riots leading 36 to Lewiston's 14. Coach Wolfram is out talking with his charges here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and Lewiston's getting ready with their people. And it's at a case now. I think we're, you probably tell them, well, listen, we've got things about where we'd like to have them, and let's just keep up the pressure a little bit here and make sure that we don't make any have any letdowns, and give them a new lease on life.
Just looking out there, Jim, at there's one helmet in particular, but there were several. But Brett Rich, and his helmet looks like a beehive with all those spots there. Looks like someone here hit the hive with a broom. And there's
a couple of things fell out of the tree, huh?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of marks on his helmet, and cockroaches, whatever. But good job there by Todd Cash, Whitfield's younger brother.
Well, Todd is, Todd's been a little bit quiet today, but he had a whale of a ball game last week. He recovered a couple of fumbles, did an outstanding job, and I think
he comes out, Jim.
They come along to a point where teams pick up on that. If you had a good week the week before, they're going to be looking at it in terms of, hey, well, I guess you're not going to have that good a week this week, Tal, and I'm going to see to it.
Okay, fourth and about a yard and a half, and they're going for it with a toss to the right. And here he's met. No go, my boy. No go. And Mr. Davis said, nay, nay, stay away. And he put the wood to him right there. Good.
Nay, nay, never.
It's old Tom Carmody there, the South Portland police officer with Officer Friendly with his, what was it, a mule or a donkey he used to take around to the schools. Probably a lot of these guys
South Portland takes over. It'll be first and 10 at the
had the old mule at their school.
Could be.
funny stories Tom used to tell too about the mules. Sometimes he'd leave a surprise.
Be cooperative. Other times he wouldn't be, huh?
Yeah. Okay, flanker right. Joey Langello to flanker. Here's the simple kid, Mike Rich. Mike picking up
Mike Rich on the run
a
for
plethora of yardage.
A whole bunch of them too.
Yeah. Jeez, he was scooting there, and that would just look like a simple give there. And Mr. Frank is coming back like someone certainly stole the Twinkies out of his lunch bucket, because he doesn't look too happy, but he's taking it out on that left side of the Lewiston line. He and Dover.
Well, excuse me, I think they're beginning to wear them down at this point.
Yeah.
They've been banging on them all game. And, must be getting discouraging over there for Lewiston.
Yeah, she said, yeah, you're right, Jim.
Mike Rich,
now things are under control, and it's just
Stop by the middle of the Lewiston line.
time of the year that I'm sure, with all respect to the Lewiston team, they might be thinking about their up-and-coming hockey season, which year after year they really excel at. St. Thomas, Lewiston, Edward Little.
Thinking about the Halloween party, I think, tonight.
Yeah, tonight is Halloween. We'll be busy patching up signs tomorrow, I'm sure. I hope not, but...
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Leave those signs alone, people.
too tight. There's a give now. And it's a riot that's... Darren Davis is taking a little ride.
You know, it's
around though. That's all right. Coming back.
Mike Rich,
You're gonna have
by
that.
Brian Bissett.
It's kind of interesting, you know, to watch, you know, how the game progresses throughout the game. Yeah, first quarter, you know.
Third and 3 at the 35-yard line.
Get further and further and further into the game, one team begins to let down more and more and more, you know.
No matter what you say, how you coach or whatever you do, I mean, a team goes up a notch, you go down a notch. Now there's a difference of 2 notches. So, Spirit bucking over the left side. I don't think he got the first D here, and I'm sure
Stop by Jason Dufour.
Coach Wolfgram is going to come out and they're going to go for it, obviously, but it's on about the 33-yard line and fourth and a long one.
Yeah, he's got
Fourth and 1
9
at the
minutes to go.
33-yard
I'd like
line.
to hold on to the ball at least another series. I'm not so sure he cares whether or not he scores so much as that he'd like to maintain control of the ball.
Chew up the old Timex up there on the board. Langello again coming out to the right here. See, what are we going to have? Waggle. Let's run a waggle. No, geez, nice. Cut back. All right. Here we go. Come on, Bert. Get it in there. All right.
Mike Rich on the 33
Nice job. And he actually bumped into Darren Inverso there, Jim, and he was trying to cut behind him, and he did step in front of him, I believe, and then he turned on the old afterburners there, and good job, good run. That was a lot of determination and effort. He made it by the length of the pigskin, but he made it. Nice run, Mike.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, the thing is, too, Jack, is that it's real good to see Mike have an outstanding game, you know, scoring-wise.
Yeah.
He's had a series of ball games where he's
Mike
blocked
Norton getting
effectively
set
and
to
done a
kick
real
for
good
South
job, you know.
David Cahill
But it's
holding.
nice to see him get in and score.
Mike Norton with the PAT, nice snap, but you know, Jim, I don't know. What can we say? That's a good score, 42-14, but the big games, Jim, we don't want to be looking on the short end of a 14-13. We got the replay coming up.
Yeah, we got a replay coming right now. Here we go. Around the side, here comes Mike, right through the hole. 1 tackle missed. 2 tackles missed.
Get in there, good.
Yes, he just jumped over. You know, he scored a second time, too.
Yeah. All right. I know, I was watching a football game, and she's almost 2 identical plays, and I thought they were instant replays, but they were 2 distinct and different touchdowns. But geez, I blinked and something wasn't exactly right. I'm gonna say there goes a seagull, but it looked like one of them birds circling there. Scavenger.
Buzzard.
Buzzards are hovering. Okay, here we go. Again, Jesse White. He's warmed up the whole game, Jim. He kicks off several. We already said that, but again, pretty nice kick. All right, picked up on about the 22. Let's see. And there's several riots in there. Kevin
89,
Kimball's here.
Brother Kimball.
32's
back
here.
for Lewiston.
Yep.
Let me see. Who
Stopped
else
by
is here?
Jack Toms and Kevin Kimball.
35 and 41. So,
Yeah, here comes Mr. Langella again.
Packy
Toms. Doing all right. Darren Davis here. He's
got a little beehive on his head there, doesn't he?
yeah, I know it.
It will be
Adornments.
1st and 10 for Lewiston at the 36.
Ornaments.
Okay, Jim, let's see. The ball's, let's see, it's on about the 36-yard line. Couple of twins out to the left offensive side. We got a motion coming here. Riot's got to adjust to this. It's a 3-on-2 coming up. There's the old double pass we talked about earlier. There's the old transatlantic. Good job by Cahill and Mike Rich right there. And, you know, that's what I guessed earlier, Jim, what happened on that play.
Yeah.
They didn't do it the first time. That time they did, but that's a standard type thing. Set you up the first time, throw it out there, and you run with it. Next time, throw it out there and stand back and transcontinental. Good job, though, by Dave and Mike. Linebacker was looking to adjust on that. Seth Thompson and Burt Rich were okay to this side. Okay, what do we got here now? Too tight, two wide outs with a single setback. So a couple of wide outs with a couple of tight ends and sliding the right tight end out into the flat. And Josh McDonald's over there in the nearby area along with the
Fast attempt
prime time.
from Jim Canan to Scott Welch is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the 36.
3rd and long, Jim. 3rd and 10.
Well, you can bet you that they're going to throw the ball.
7:49 left in this 4th and final period. Riots have played very, very well today. They gave up one legitimate score and one a fluke, but played good football today, Jim. Good playoff type football. Okay, little premature movement there in the line. And
Fumble on the play.
we got the old younger Cash there, Jim,
Mr.
cashing
Cash.
in.
He decided he wanted that ball.
Debit cash on that one. You don't want to credit cash, right? Credit cash, you're going to be minus.
1st and 10 for South Portland at
Well,
the 34.
I never was very good in the accounting side of things, Jack, so
We want a
I'm going to
debit
leave
cash,
that right over to you.
James Hill now at quarterback for
When in
South
doubt,
Portland.
debit cash, right? Okay, good job.
Mine's usually cash over and short, you know.
Okay, Jim, several of the Riots are out of there now. The first stringers and
Here comes,
42 to 14, so
here comes Mr. Myers into the game. Jody Myers.
Kevin Kimball, Jesse White at the tight end. I don't know, Seth Thompson must have another wingback besides him. It's, I don't know who's that? That looked like a 2 there, Jim. 32, okay.
Dale Cole,
Dale Cole.
the run for South Portland.
Like Jimmy Brown. Okay, Dave Cahill at the helm.
2nd and 9 at the 33.
I think Dave Cahill, I don't know, Jim. It'd be nice to be out with your buddies there and just doing a little BS in there. You know?
Yeah, I would think so.
Put in Josh Gato, but that's just our opinion, which... Okay, who we got here? We got the Gill.
Jamie Petgill.
Running real tough there, Jim, but not a lot of area here. 6:15 and counting. Again, the 4th period of action. Dave Cahill getting the call from Coach.
3rd and 11 at the
Coach
35.
Well, we got about, what,
No, it
3rd
isn't
and
Coach
11 here?
Yeah, 3rd and 11.
Jack?
Yeah, it's awful tough. Well, it's awful tough though, Jim, to throw. The other team looks at it as an insult. The power eye, trap pass. Okay, good. Here we go. Here we go. Good. Turn it up. All right. Running with authority. Set the
Pass from David
Thompson.
Jeff Thompson.
Well, he hit that kid and knocked him right on his...
Yeah. He's got a little green on his backside there, Jim.
Yeah, that's right.
Should be a first D also.
That was a, that was a good run by Seth and a
1st
nice
and 10 for
catch.
South
That was a
Portland.
good call. What the heck? You know,
That's
these
the
guys, it's...
33-yard
Hey,
line.
they don't want to just
23-yard
run dives and bellies. They want to score too, and you know, I don't have any problem with that call. Split right, Kimball. Thompson wing to the left side is that trap, and Cole stumbling
Cole
and
for South
grumbling
Portland.
out there. Picks up maybe about
Steve
3,
Matozo.
Jim, 2 or 3. Going over the left side. Who we got in there for guards, Jim?
Well, it's hard to see right now, but I'll see when they come out over the ball.
Yeah, looks like Rick Toll-Witten on the left side.
Second and
There's
7
a
at the
tackle.
20-yard line.
Jody Myers at
68.
one tackle.
Yeah.
Nesbitt at center.
Jody's, yeah.
Mark Hansen's one of the guys.
Jody's at right guard. Packy looked like he was momentarily airballing Jim on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, just about on the tone, 5 minutes. Beep. You're a little corny now, Jim, right? Didn't sound like a very good tone, did it?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a bad tone.
Yeah, we'll try it on the 4-minute mark. See if we can improve that a little bit.
See if we get Eddie Griffin to come up and sing
Yeah.
us a song.
That'd be nice, wouldn't
He
it?
had some pretty good tones last night.
Yeah. What'd they sing, Jim?
Oh, I don't know. He kept on my guy there by the name of McDonough showed up and sang "Oh Danny Boy," and
That's
it was
always
a pretty good rendition.
Good. Oh, a little mixed up in the backfield, and
Away we go.
yeah. Number 55, Scotty Nesbitt still out there.
Mark Hansen was out there. Rick Toll-Witten.
They won't give him his lunchbox until the day's over, Jim. These other guys are ready to woof it down, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's the rollster down there, getting a shot of Welch and his new do there. Okay, wing to the left again, split to the right. Just a simple give to Mr. Cole. Boy, I don't think they got it, so the Devils are gonna
take over down on about the 20 feet?
Yeah, inside the 20, Jim, on about the 15.
Excuse me, 15, 16-yard line.
Yep.
I just want to make note of the fact that we got a little new carpentry work down here on the sidelines.
Very nice, Jim.
New SP logo stuck out on the track here. Maybe we get a camera shot of that, Bob.
Very nice. Yep.
We'll give a little credit here. Kevin Barker made that sign. He's with the South Portland Boosters Club, and it's a very, very nice job.
Okay, Jim, looks like pretty much the same personnel here, and he said it'd be a good one. Easy to say, but you know, Joey Langello with his experience, not necessarily out in that area, but you knew a pass was coming. Just play enough off the guy. As soon as that ball's in the air, step up and get that band playing another tune. Just under 3 minutes here. Flanker to the right. Does a square out, but that hit the deck. And okay, Mike. Mike not taking any chances.
There's the SP. Jack is coming up on the screen now.
All right, yeah.
Kevin Barker made that. He's, again, member of the South Portland Football Boosters Club. Did a nice job.
How high is those letters, Jim?
Well, just about a little over 6 feet, I think, Jack. Yeah, they're pretty tall.
Okay, 2:47, the clock has stopped, 42-14. And Lewiston flank, all right, split left, eye setbacks, and it's just given, and he's trying to get the handle, and he does have the handle, and excellent tackle by the fiddler.
Stopped by David Cahill.
Good job. Dave's coming back next year, Jim.
Yeah, we're going to look forward to seeing that. This ought to be a good team for a couple of years to come here. They've got some depth at some things finally. Depth has been a problem for South Portland in the last couple of 3 years, and now they're beginning to get a little depth, and that's good.
Well, a lot of kids, underclassmen, get a lot of PT. Nice fake left, throw right. And meanwhile, there's 6 people going to meet you at the pass.
Give command to Scott Welch.
So, Mike Rich is there. Jella's there.
Mr. Garvin come in for the fiddler.
Okay. I don't know what this thing is, Lewiston's always sending the guy off right at the last minute. I don't know if people are looking. Is that guy supposed to be a motion guy? They did it the whole game. I haven't mentioned the coach is having a couple of choice words with him there, but I don't know if that's supposed to represent motion, or you got to check, is that guy on or off the field, or is he a part of it, or, you know. They, you know, that could be something that they've done that every time, you know, Jim.
Yeah.
Could be like the old sleeper play, and you figure he's going out of the game. Next thing he stops and turns upfield. 2nd and 5. He's good game today by the Riots, Jim. Brian Harvey in the early stages doing an excellent job when they needed it. Then, you know, good snaps the whole game. Just checking out the water boys here, Benny Beck and Josh Wolfgram.
Well, you know, the thing is that somebody, it seems like all year long, somebody has stepped into the breach, or whatever you want to call it, you know, to make the play. This week it happened to be Harvey. Last week was somebody else, you know, and it really makes a difference. You go up with Aaron Filio, you know, last week had a whale of a ball game. You know, it's been that way all year.
Here he is. He's open. She's hell of a nice catch. There's 15 right there. There's no need of that now. Jeez, I hope he's not hurt. He isn't good. I mean, he was well out of bounds, and he got hammered from behind. No need of that.
Pass from Jim Cannon to Scott Welch.
Got to be aware of where you are on the field. I think that was more an error of omission than it was of commission. I just don't think he realized where he was on the field, you know.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know. I don't want to crucify the individual. Joey's a good kid. That does happen, but I remember a few times playing, you know. You're out there, you're playing, you know where those sidelines are, and you say, hey, you're there, you might as well. You ran that far, you might as well do something. But not a serious problem. Pump fake in action. He's open again. Jeez, those are falling out of the sky, Jim. 2 nice catches by
pass again from
number 10.
Jim Cannon to Scott Welch.
Yeah, well, they're staying off him now.
Scotty Welch, but hurry up, here. And possibly could go in for a score here. Let's see, 1:40 left. And there's just a slant in, and a slant in for a touchdown. Tough batting there, Jim. You got the angle on a guy. And
yeah. All you got to do is catch it at that point. When he was in like that, there was nobody who was going to step in front of him.
Scotty Welch, I believe, number 10, won that reception in. So 3 nice catches there.
It's a little, you know, it's kind of interesting. It's a little bit. They play a little bit like a pro style there, in terms of the fact that that was pretty much just a prevent type thing to slow them up, and you know, I don't think they really cared one way or another whether they scored or not. It was just, well, we got to do it, you know.
2 guys are open, and
you wind up with a score here now being 1 minute and a half left, 42 to 20.
Yep. Get that score up on that board, babe. All right. 22 points bulge here. Jim, are we going to have an onside kick?
Well, I would say that was a definite and distinct possibility.
Howdy Doody got a wooden head, right?
Yeah, you got that one right.
So, Babe says we got to sweep out the barn after. I don't know what he means by that, but that check's going to be in the mail, Babe. Should have it for Christmas, but I don't know what year. Babe probably will be back to regale us here next week. By the way, Jim, next week we're going to be playing the winner of
Marshwood and Chevrolet.
Right, so.
Right now is I don't remember who said the last I heard. I thought Marshwood was leading, but I don't know what the score is.
Babe, I got to ask you a question. And the fans out there listening, if the ball goes 8 yards and the South Portland comes across and touches it and Lewiston recovers, it's their ball, right? It's Lewiston's ball. But what I know, but yeah, but it's an illegal kick because it really didn't go 10 yards. I never understood that one, but here's a hands team here, nevertheless, for the Riots. No heroes here. Nice onside kick. Let's get on it. Aaron Filio did get on it. He like almost twisted over.
I think that was Jay Frank.
No, it's Aaron Filio, I believe.
It was Aaron?
Jim.
56, yeah.
Jim,
Okay.
just think about it. Jay
Aaron
Frank,
Filio.
now with all respect to Jay,
Covers the ball for South Portland.
an offensive tackle. They don't have the tackle eligible, but I think Aaron Filio took a shot to the back there, but he's walking around. He'll
First
be
and 10
okay.
for South Portland at the 48.
All right. Okay, they.
I was trying to get my buddy Jay out.
No, I know.
Credit here. Give me
I
a
know.
break, Jack.
I know, but hey. Okay, there's
Here
a
we
give
go.
to
Dale Cole.
Dale Cole for
just
South
about a
Portland.
minute left here, Jim. Good job by that hands team.
Yeah.
Something you
Job
need 2 or
by
3
Steve
times, 4
Mendoza.
times a year maybe, but
And Rod
Coach Wolfgram's
Shoot.
is saying, whatever, run a belly or something. I wonder if Coach Wolfgram's going to get the old Gatorade treatment today, Jim. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't
they
think
maybe
so.
cured that from last week, yeah.
Yeah, I think they maybe.
Dale Cole again for South Portland.
So that'll be the ball game, Jim. They won't even bother to get another one off. No sense. You know, one good thing about this game, Jim, great victory for the Riots and, you know, beating a stubborn Lewiston team, but no obvious injuries, at least
Right.
that we could see here.
There was
So it's
nobody, yeah, it was no, you're right, Jack. There was nobody bagged up in there.
good job, good lunch pail effort there by the Riots.
Well, you know, the thing is that we got a final score here from Martin Memorial Field
Final
of
score,
42 to
South
20.
Portland 42, Lewiston 20.
You were absolutely right when you talk about South Portland meeting a very stubborn Lewiston
Thank you for
team.
attending this
That was
afternoon's
not
game.
the same team that we
Drive safe
saw
and
at the
enjoy
very
Not at all,
beginning of the
Remember
season,
to vote on
which
Tuesday.
says some good things
See you next Saturday
for
for the
Coach
semifinal game of Western
Skip
Maine
Capone
Class A football.
and his staff up there. They took a team. They began to, when they were running at the beginning of the season, they were running a wishbone offense. And, you know, as you can see, they changed it completely around and came around and scored 20 points. They couldn't score a point against us with their wishbone, but they wound up scoring 20 points against both teams being a much improved set of players over the course of the first season. Well, then that brings us on to what we're going to have now with our second season. We're going to be looking at South Portland playing the winner of the Marshwood Chevrolet ball game, and at this point we don't have a winner there yet. We in fact don't even have a score, so we can't really help you in that respect. But whatever it is, we'll see you back at South Portland Martin Memorial Field next week at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for the second playoff game.
Jim, you know what I'd like to see? I'd really like to see next week. I'm serious now. I'd like to see